President Obama says U.S. resolve is undiminished in Iraq despite the brutal beheading of an American journalist. Obama says the whole world is appalled by the murder of James Foley, and the U.S. will continue to confront Islamic State extremists.
The United States of America will continue to do what we must do to protect our people. We will be vigilant and we will be relentless. When people harm Americans anywhere, we do what's necessary to see that justice is done.
Late Wednesday, the White House confirmed that the U.S. sent troops into Syria this summer to try to rescue James Foley and a number of other Americans held captive by Islamic State militants, but they were unable to find them. We're just getting word now of some new information on threats against Jim Foley's life before this execution that were made by these militants. CCTV's Jessica Stone is here with details.
And Mike, Jim Foley's boss at the Global Post says just last week, Foley's kidnappers threatened to kill him in response to U.S. bombings in Iraq. They sent his family a hate-filled email and ignored the Foley's pleas for mercy. What is really heartbreaking, though, about this situation is that the Foley family had already been through something just like this before, only with a different outcome. Today, they called their son, their brother, a hero, a martyr for freedom.
He felt this was his passion, his mission in life.
Yeah.
It's just what he wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just felt the world had to know.
An emotional message from the family of 40-year-old American freelance journalist Jim Foley after the White House confirmed that the video depicting his beheading at the hands of an Islamic State militant was real.
We tried so hard to defer him. I mean, Jim had many degrees. He could have done many other things, but he felt compelled to bear witness to people in conflicts.
Especially the children. The Foleys say Jim was deeply moved to act. He raised money for an ambulance in Aleppo. They described him as a courageous and fearless kid who grew up with a passion for stories.
He was a great listener.
Yeah,
and an active listener, and he wanted you to tell your story to him.
That passion would take him to the front lines of conflicts around the world and into the hands of extremist captors twice. In 2011, Foley recounted his first time in captivity in Libya near Benghazi, where Gaddafi loyalists captured him and 3 other journalists, killing 1. Eerily, he warned young journalists about the costs of following in his footsteps.
It's not worth your life, no matter what romantic ideal you have, no matter what ethic you think you have. You know, it's never worth that. And I'm 37 years old. I should have known that a long time ago.
But Jim Foley could not resist the allure of capturing history. In late 2012, he was abducted again, this time near the Turkish border with Syria. An employer later confirmed he was believed to be in the hands of militias loyal to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. It is unclear how he came to be in the custody of the Islamic State. The last time his family had evidence he was still alive was late 2013. In the end, Jim Foley's family takes comfort that his last words in a video meant for hate were of his love for his family.
We know Jimmy's free. He's finally free. He was an inspiration for us and for so many others.
And though the video of Jim's beheading promises more such violence if the U.S. airstrikes don't stop, U.S. President Barack Obama promised today to keep U.S. military intervention in Iraq, to keep it up, and to do it wherever Americans are in harm's way. Mike.
Just heartbreaking listening to his family. This IS beheading video also showed another American journalist, Steven Sotloff, and these militants are also threatening to kill him if there are more U.S. airstrikes. Do we know anything more about his condition?
Well, what we know is this, that the Foleys did get a chance to speak with his parents recently, and they used their time in front of the reporters this morning to plead for Sotloff's release, saying essentially he is not a threat to anyone. They said 2 other American humanitarian workers are also in IS captivity.
Jessica, thanks so much. In the UK, the focus is on identifying James Foley's killer, who authorities suspect is a British national. Investigators are currently viewing recordings to match the voice of the man who killed reporter James Foley. Intelligence agencies estimate there are thousands of foreign national fighters now in Iraq and Syria. The investigation has prompted British Prime Minister David Cameron to cut short his summer break and to lead that investigation.